Hey everyone, and welcome to Adobe Live. How is everybody today? I see we already have a bunch of people in chat, so this is great. If you are here in the last stream and are hanging out now, thank you so much for staying. And if you are just now tuning in, thanks for joining us. We've got a very exciting stream ahead of us. I'm your host, Shauna Lynn, and I'm here with the super talented Mariela Mezquita. How are you today, Mariela?
Hi, Shauna. Thank you. I'm feeling very well. I'm really excited to be here with you guys. So thanks for watching. Um,
Yay.
should I, should I introduce myself?
Let me just get through. I have a little bit more to say and we'll be good to go.
Okay.
So yeah. So before we get started, if you missed the last Illustrator Daily Creative Challenge with Andrew Hockrattle, you can catch the second week of replays right before our show every weekday at 11:30 a.m. Pacific. Tomorrow, we will have the Artist Spotlight, where we highlight and hype a member of our creative community. If you'd like to be considered for future Artist Spotlights, make sure to submit your Behance portfolio by clicking on the tab above chat. It says Info, click Info, and I think you'll see it in there, unless you can only submit tomorrow. We'll confirm. And if you're, got confirmation. It'll be tomorrow. So just get hyped up. We'll get your portfolios ready for tomorrow. It'll be fun. And if you are hanging out over on YouTube watching the stream, we'd love to see you join us over on behance.net/Adobe Live. We're not reading the chat over on YouTube, so anything you ask over there will go away into oblivion and we will never see it. So come hang out with us and chat over here and we can answer your questions there. If you miss any of the streams this week, you can watch all the replays right here on Behance. Adobe Live is now hosting live streamers on Behance when Adobe is offline, so definitely tune into their streams and check out their creative process. So, Mariela, would you like to introduce yourself and your work and tell the audience what you're working on today?
Yeah, of course. Well, first I will start with the introduction.
Okay.
So I'm an art director and graphic designer based in Mexico City. This is my city. It's very chaotic. And what we do, well, when I say we, it's because right now I am leading a team of 4 graphic designers. They're all women, and I really love working only with women. I really love to support the same sex. And what we do is branding, packaging, art direction, editorial, illustration, and photography. And here is my team members. Well, right now there's another one that we don't have a picture of her, but here they are. And I'm going to show you a bit of my work. We mainly do branding, and we try to incorporate a lot of illustration into our projects. Oh, this is dirty. Oh, there we go. So this is a project we did for a beverage called Yerba Mate, and we did the logo. And we also took the product shots. That's a part of the work I also enjoy. And we always try to make the projects like very poppy and like with lots of colors, because I think in packaging it's very important to make the package stand out. I can also show you this one. All of these projects I have made in collaboration with other great graphic designers. This one I made with a designer called Isra, and we did like,
Is it called Lola?
Yeah, the mezcal is called Lola. We didn't do the branding for this one, but we made the holiday wrapping, and so we featured like flora and fauna from Oaxaca, which is the place where mezcal is made. And yeah, I don't know what else should I show you. Maybe I really like this project a lot.
This, show whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm just showing off. We did this branding for Squash, which is a cultural space in Mexico City, and we also did the signage, and we got to work on the production of the signage, and we did it on wire, which was very difficult but fun. And
that's so cool.
Yeah, that's maybe a bit of my work. And should I talk about what we're doing today?
Hold on once. Yes, you can talk about what you're doing today. I apparently have to turn off my Alexa.
Okay, so today we're gonna work on tea packaging design, and I wanted to speak about sustainability because as a designer who gets lots of commissions on packaging, I think it's very important to be conscious about what we are making. Um, like plastic, and sometimes it looks nice and it's very convenient, but it's not really convenient for the earth, and it's something I really care about. So um, I drink a lot of tea recently, and that's why I decided I wanted to make a tea brand. And so I will be making here. I will be showing you like the packaging options and why we choose the one that we chose. I will also be speaking about the brand audience and the color palette, the typographic explorations, and then we will go and work on the label composition and also on the illustrations that will go on the label.
Very cool. Oh, I'm so excited to see this.
Yeah. So should we start?
Yeah, go for it. Voodoo Val
Okay.
says, my brother drinks yerba mate every day.
Oh, really? I love
Yeah.
mate. This is like the first brand of mate in Mexico, the one that I showed in the portfolio, which is very exciting too. And
Oh, that's so
so,
fun.
yeah, here I was looking at the options for for the packaging design, and I decided to make a tin packaging because I think that the real goal is to make objects that don't turn into trash. And like seeing the options that we had, like we could use tin cans that are those, or we could use cardboard, a cardboard box, and sachets. But like this is like a ton of waste. Another option would be like cardboard and just a single bag, which seems like less waste, but still it's waste. So and another thing that's important to consider in doing packaging is the product, the conditions that the product needs. So for example, tea doesn't tea shouldn't be exposed to direct sunlight, so the packaging needs to be dark. You can't
Okay.
have like translucent packaging on tea. About the audience, it would be like a young audience, aged 20 to 40, with interest in well-being, sustainability, meditation, creativity, and outdoor living. It would be like a high-end product. The buying steps are probably like they see an ad, they go to an Instagram, and they purchase online, and they receive the product afterwards. So this is important, especially when we do the other brand assets in day two. And the main concepts of the brand are natural, conscious, and keen. I pre-made this color palette, and I really like to have like 5 colors at least to work with when I'm doing illustrations because that's way easier. But I also made some research on how to print on thin, and I found out that you can only have 4 colors printed. So actually, like these are going to be deleted, and we're going to also use the tin color, I mean the tin material as a color, and also like white. So let's put white over there. And yeah, and so I was doing typographic exercises. Those like these typographies I got in Adobe fonts, which is great. I love to have that. And I was working on, like figuring out which combinations work best. And also, audience, we don't really have a name for the brand yet. So please, if you have any
Okay.
ideas, yeah, I was thinking about like making an emphasis like on because what I love about tea the most
Mm-hmm.
is that there's like a tea for every moment of the day. Like if you want to
Yeah.
wake up, you can have like tea, but if you want to like relax, you can have like chamomile tea. So I like that idea, and I would like to reinforce that in the brand, maybe like naming the products in a like a very literal way about what they do. So I
Mm-hmm.
was like just putting some options there. So yeah, let's go to the layout exploration. I will just like copy everything that I have here and go to my very big artboard. I really like working with big artboards, just like make copies of everything that I do to always be able to compare.
Yeah, I like doing that as well. I do the Command Shift H and just turn off like all the visible artboards, so it's just one big white.
Oh,
Um,
really? I don't know about that.
oh yeah, you don't end up seeing the edges of your artboards at all. So you work outside your artboards, but everything comes becomes white.
Oh, that's so great. So
Because
since
yeah.
we're using like this, I'm going to like place it over here as well. I'll have like the like standard. Oh, like it's gonna look like something like
Oh, okay.
this. I mean, that's not the design, but
Yeah,
only the can.
those are good cans too because you can use them afterwards for other things.
Yeah, exactly. So I think this area is a bit bigger.
So who was I believe it was Bruce in chat wants to know what is your favorite tea?
I think Earl Grey. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also like fruit infusions. I'm very new to the tea world, so I'm not um like very informed about all of the kinds of tea as someone who has been drinking tea for a very long time would do. But
Mhm.
if you have any recommendations, please let me know.
Yeah. I'm very simple when it comes to tea. Like my go-to is just like a Starbucks passion tea, which I almost got before this stream, but I ran out of time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I should have brewed some beforehand because I have it in my kitchen. A couple of years ago though, I was trying to like really get into tea. So I was buying like all different kinds to try and I realized I prefer teas that are more on like the citrus and fruity side than ones that are like more herb based, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And but there was one tea I remember thinking it was just really cool. I hated how it tasted, but it was a blooming tea. So you put the ball in and the heat would warm it up and it would bloom a flower in your cup.
Oh, wow, that sounds super interesting.
It's very it's very much targeted, I think, at like millennials who love interactive things.
Yeah, like just try to make the like taking tea like an experience, right?
Yeah, exactly. Um,
Mm,
Christine says that they're currently obsessed with Celestial Seasonings Bengal Spice and they drink it every day.
oh,
And CK says English breakfast tea.
yeah. So right now I'm trying to like try different kinds of composition
Mm-hmm.
regarding the label. Like in my mind, the orange rectangle is like the illustration. And when it comes to packaging, you want the information to be like legible from a distance and to stand out in the supermarket or wherever they sell it. So it's important to always like have the space like cleared up where you have information and really take in consideration that the audience really understands um, what the product is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this icon here was actually a rejected proposal from a client. The project had nothing to do with tea, but I really liked the icon. I made it with help of one of my team members, so I decided I should just recycle it for this.
That works.
Yeah, yeah, it's like a hummingbird in a flower.
Annika says, how did we get that icon on top of type so quickly? And you just said you had it recycled it from another project.
Yeah, like I won't have time to make the icon on
Is
the
it
2 hours we have.
is it a flower icon, like it's a flower on its side?
Yeah, and let me
Okay.
show you.
Yeah, I'd love to see a close up. Oh, oh, it's so cute.
Yes, I loved it. I really don't understand why the client didn't.
It's it's so cute. It's like very mid-century modern.
Yeah, I also love this style because it's really timeless. Like
Mhm.
it doesn't matter, like it won't get old anytime soon.
Yeah.
Mm,
Oh, we have a guest. Come here, honey. Want to say hi? Come here. People in chat were requesting. We have a teddy bear.
oh, really?
Yeah. He's an Adobe star. He shows up literally on like every stream I've ever been on, and it got to a point where chat requests that he shows up. So I'll see
My
you later.
dog also gets in the chair with me.
Oh yeah.
So codependent, yeah.
What kind of dog do you have?
It's just like a stray dog I rescued here in Mexico.
Aw.
Yeah, she's really cute. But she's very codependent. Right now, my mom is taking care of her because she wouldn't let me do the life at peace. I
Oh yeah.
think.
We have three in our house, and two of them are upstairs, and one is a big golden retriever, and then the other is a very tiny Yorkie. And he's the most codependent of all of them. If you are sitting there, he is in your face. If you're trying to work, he is in your face.
Yeah. So I think I like more the serif type, but I also like the very bold one.
That
I
bold
don't know.
one's so nice.
Yeah. And what do you think about the name? Should we keep on wind or maybe? I mean, this is like for the relaxing tea, like the chamomile tea.
Yeah. Is that gonna like, will it change per tea? Like
Yeah.
for like, okay. For a like a relaxed tea, I think Unwind's a great brand for it.
Yeah, maybe we can put like the name of the actual brand here.
Yeah. And chat, if you guys haven't suggested stuff, suggest stuff. We'll have fun. I'm checking the chat to see if anyone dropped any ideas, but everyone is talking about their favorite teas.
Oh, it's just these are so great.
Tea is wonderful. There's a tea for every occasion. Feel sick, there's tea. Feel tired, there's tea. It's like you were saying. You want to wind
Yeah,
down, there's tea.
I don't know why I don't see like my white anchor points. Is that a thing?
What does if you zoom in more, does it show up?
No.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, I'm trying to think because I feel like there's a shortcut for this, but for the life of me, I can't remember what it is. Is it under like view guides, possibly?
Yeah, but they're not guides. It's just like the white points. You know, like when you're trying to move like
Oh
a
yeah,
single point. Because right now I'm trying to make this text like centered, but I can't
yeah.
move the. So weird.
If you double click with the white pointer, does it show up?
Um, no. Let me try
Oh,
on
that is
another.
so weird.
Yeah. Let me try on another file. Sometimes this happens. Yeah, it's the file.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
Okay, so I'm just gonna savagely copy paste everything I have here to the other
No
one.
judging here. Sometimes you have got to do what you have got to do.
Yeah, and like this happens sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Um,
And sometimes you just can't explain it, no
yeah,
matter
like,
what you do.
yeah, that's why it's always best just to like make
El
a new
Santa
file.
says, in view, show edges.
Oh, let's see. You.
Oh, hide edges is up. So maybe click hide. Or no, that's the whole artboard. So what that does, what hide edges does is that Shift Command H thing I was telling you.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Show
I
edges
think
here. Ah, there it
there.
is.
Okay.
Oh, so we won't
Um,
be needing this anymore. No.
a couple people say, is it me or is the thick font a little hard to read from afar? And that's something that might just be worked, changed in with kerning.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we can do this.
Yeah, if you track it out, it might be. Yeah, I feel like that it fits a little nicer. It doesn't feel so tight. Sorry,
Yeah.
that's my watch.
Um, so the reason I'm doing this first is because I want to know the area of the illustration I will be working on. Like for example, if I were to use like this one, I know that my illustration has to be like fitable in this area.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's like this one, then I know it's like a more horizontal thing. So that's why we're doing this first. Um, Here I'm trying to like make this square rectangle a bit less boring. So I'm going to uh, do like a traditional T thing. Mm,
You can also, I think, accomplish that same look with corner with a object corners, I think. And you can choose different types of like beveled corners on your shape.
oh really? I want to learn how to do that. Let's
Yeah,
do it.
make a square, and then I think you go to object, and you're gonna go to shape.
Mm,
No, keep going. Sorry. One of
no.
those under there has corners. Clipping mat. No. Uh, I know it's in there somewhere. If you go to help, type in corner.
Let's see. Corner.
I like I don't have the program open, so I can't like
Okay,
live corners. That's what it is.
work with live corners.
Yeah.
Oh, I know how to do that, but like this. Maybe it's like a window.
Yeah. So you
I
have to
don't
go to
know.
the corners dialog.
Okay. Where do you
I think
find
it's
the
under
dial?
properties.
Uh,
Oh, like if you go to window, then go to properties because you have to
window.
open the property panel.
Okay. Properties.
And then I think at that point you have to double click the corners. Yep, there you no. I should know this.
I mean,
I
I
do
know how
the
to
like,
do this, and I remember when they did this update, it was
yeah,
so great.
there's a way to do yeah, I know that there's a way like in like object or somewhere to do corners. And now I'm gonna go Google and I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, that's
So
why
I will get back to you.
I'm really curious about this. But let's keep on exploring with like
Yeah.
possible, like general layouts. And
Where is corner options? Clicking on the shapes in the control menu. Nope, that's live corners. Where is it? Did they get rid of it? I feel like I'm gonna end up finding out they like got rid of it and I'm using an old version or something.
Oh no, that would be so bad.
It would make me very sad.
Oh, here I was almost forgetting. It's always very important to have like the content in the front. I think that's very universal for all of the countries. And you know, because each country has kind of their own laws regarding packaging. But the one thing I found like constant in all of the countries are to put the weight on the front. Right now in Mexico, they did like this awful law that kind of ruins packaging design. There's like these polygons like that you have to put on the front, like this.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, and they always have to be on the front, on the right corner. So it's such a bummer. But this product won't be sold in Mexico.
Yeah.
Hypothetically. Okay. So
someone in chat found it. They said, I think it's Claudie, says Alt click the corner dot.
Okay, let's try. Alt.
And then you click it with the I think the selection tool. This and then I think it's the little dot that's in the round.
I can't. Okay, I'm gonna let it go.
Yeah, we'll figure it out later.
Yeah,
hopefully. I know that there's a way to do it. I just can't remember. But I know that there's different corner options in there. Hey, Mark. Maybe I'm thinking about, maybe InDesign is what I'm thinking of with the corner options. That could be it. I'm sorry.
Maybe. I don't know.
It might be InDesign.
But it seems like on the Adobe Help webpage that it was possible, right?
Yeah, there is a way to do it with live corners. I don't think I've tried it with live corners beyond just like rounding them in Illustrator. Yeah, everyone says the dot, you have to direct select the dot inside.
Okay, so instead of doing it, no, but I can only do it on this way.
I think you just click, like just alt and then click it versus pulling.
Click it. Okay, click it.
And then in your transform, there's an option. Okay, I see them. Okay, where it says transform, there are 4 little corners listed in the panel. Down. And do you see where it click the corner? Click the little image with the drop down. And then select a different one.
Inverted round. Genius.
Thank you, chat.
That's so great. Oh, wow. I love it. Okay. I'm going to do it from scratch. Just in the corner. Okay. And here. Can I do it all at the same time? Like
I would think so. I think if you just select it and then alt click the corner, it'll all show up. So you have to do each one separately.
Yeah, but I mean,
but that's not terrible.
Yeah, it's probably better than my Pathfinder way of doing it. Hey, there we go. Almost done.
Yay, it worked.
Okay. So we have like a kind of different proportions here, right?
Yeah. I do like that shape you've got right there with the 2 points and then the 2 curves. That looks really nice. It's just very calm.
Yeah, it is very calm. But we will also be making the tea for the waking up moment of the day.
Yeah.
So I should probably try with that one as well because you can like um wake up.
Awaken.
Oh, I like the awaken. Let's try that. Yeah, I was also thinking like wakey wakey or something.
Oh, wakey wakey would be so cute.
Yeah, but I mean it's kind of long, right? That's
Yeah,
also
you
something
could.
you have to consider.
Yeah, if you want it to be just like a one word thing, wakey wakey would be long,
Yeah,
but that
yeah.
would be cute stacked.
Waking, waking. Yeah, I feel all of my English words are like for little children because
That's okay.
yeah, I learned English at school, so that's the English I have. Yeah, like easy peasy lemon squeezy,
Yeah.
that type of thing. Also, I know some songs, but I won't be singing today.
I hear
And
you. I still do that. I still do like when you have to like unscrew and screw something, it's like righty
mhm.
tighty, lefty loosey. Still do that.
um, so what do you think? Which shape do you like the most? I'm
Um
thinking about
I kind of okay, so my picks are the one that kind of looks like the vase. Um and then the one with the 2 corners.
mhm.
And then one that would allow you to do a really nice big illustration. Do we want to like pull a couple and like see which one chat wants to move forward with?
Yeah, sure. And
Okay.
I'm thinking I will go with like this traditional, like I mean this kind of like either of those. I kind of
Okay.
like this because it has like this detail on the corners because
Mm-hmm.
I feel that's a bit boring. But
Let's
let's
do
see.
all right, so we'll do like 1, 2, 3, 4. So chat 1, 2, 3, 4, starting from the left to the right.
Okay, let's do one, two.
You're talking about if you were a font, which one would you be? And Val says, if I were a font, I would want to be extra bold Montserrat, but I know my heart in my heart I would be Comic Sans.
That's a great question. Oh, but it's a hard one.
That is a hard one. Like I found one recently, a few recently that I purchased, and I could not tell you the name of them off the top of my head. But I think they're by like Seabell Studio, and they have this like really cool retro look to them. I
Hmm.
wouldn't be any of them, but I love them, and I'd like to think I could be. Oh, Val made a poll. Thanks, Val.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, so I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna put my vote in, and then I can see. I can watch in real time what happens. Yeah, guys, vote at the link that Val posted because it'll be really nice to see where it goes.
So it's a bit not related, but I'm doing like this opacity, like
Oh, so
light
you can see the
gray.
white.
Yeah, because it's so annoying to have the stroke, and it's also annoying not to like really see where the packaging ends. So
Yeah. People, are you voting? Yep, people are voting. All right, we'll give you guys like maybe 2 more minutes to get your votes in, and then we'll pick.
okay, that's great. I mean, with this one, we could also like
The fourth one kind of looks like you could see it in a Target.
And maybe that it's because of the type, right?
It could be because Target does love their sans serif.
Yeah, it's very characteristic of them.
Okay, I'm going to close the poll now.
Okay.
So we're going to show results. I'm going to refresh one more time, and 3-1. Yeah, three is winning and 1. All right, looks like 3 is the winner.
Okay, let's do 3 then. I like it.
I do too.
Okay, so now that we have our general composition, we can like go and work a bit on the illustrations. And when I'm making illustrations, I like to have like very, very big objects because I feel that the like the tool like works better when you're like drawing big in Illustrator. So I'm just
I agree.
Here, probably I'm gonna make these areas like a bit thicker so we have more space.
I literally never use Illustrator in that
No?
line art. No. I
What do you
should,
use?
but I don't.
What do you use?
I just draw it. I just use it as is, colors and everything.
Okay.
I
For me,
don't
it's my
hop in
favorite.
Illustrator a ton, so
Wow. I am really addicted to Illustrator more than any other program.
yeah.
Except when I'm working like on publications, because when you have lots of links, and it gets very heavy, the file. So I would rather use InDesign for that. But for everything else, I just love Illustrator.
That makes sense. I draw in Photoshop. That's like my go-to.
I'm thinking, I don't know if I should like close this. I feel like this space is kind of dead. Like here.
Yeah. Yeah. So someone has a question. They said, do you put the artwork in the right dimensions after you design or before you start the design?
I start in the right dimensions when I design, but when I go to illustrations, I always make it bigger and then I like shrink it back to the size. Here actually I have the final size for reference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I think I like more the base. And maybe the illustrations, instead of going like in the front and very literally, we can put them in the back. I mean, in the sides, because since this is like a square can, you're also going to have like all of this area on the side. That's also like something important to consider when doing packaging, like the 360. Like obviously the front is the most important side, but you can also play a lot with the other things that go on the side. So I think I'm using like this like these two elements to make the illustration. Yeah.
Voodoo Val would like to know what designers inspire your work.
Oh, I have so much. One of my favorite designers is Ingrid Picañol, which she's also my friend. Carla Heredia, which gave a live before, just like a month ago or something. I also really like her work.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Jessica Walsh is very inspiring. Here in Mexico, we have lots of really cool studios also. Futura, I actually worked at Futura for 2 years, or Anagrama, which is very, very famous. It's also very cool. There's also like smaller ones like um, Estudio Cariño, or there's a girl named Tania Delgado, which I really um, like her work, or there's also let me. I just discovered a graphic designer called M Bird on Instagram, and she's so
Okay.
great. Yeah, and like, what are the sources of the inspiration? I mean, they come like everywhere. You can meet them on Instagram or in person, or scrolling on Pinterest or on Behance. There's so many places where you can find them. Dribbble even.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I got a bit distracted.
That's okay. I love that
Um,
little moon.
yeah, so right now I'm working on wind illustrations. Um, so these are the concepts I wanna incorporate in the illustrations. And so I just like Googled things that seem relaxing to me. Like candles, like maybe a bubble bath or reading, the classic cucumber eyes. And we can also like incorporate ingredients onto the illustration. So yeah, and maybe we can put this here. Just do like a candle.
If anyone's just joining in, we are here with Mariela Mezquita, and she's making tea packaging, sustainable tea packaging in Illustrator.
Yeah, the price we are paying to make a sustainable packaging is like a very limited color palette, so we can be able to print this on canvas.
The things we do for design.
Yeah, for Earth, I try at least. Um,
And if people are hanging out over on YouTube, the cool kids are chit chatting over on Behance. So if you want to join the cool kids, join us over on behance.net/Adobe Live and come hang out with us because we're not reading any of the chat in YouTube.
mm, Maybe for the flame we can use red or pink.
Oh, it's a little tea light.
Yeah. Um, can do like variables to this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Maybe in
Bruce,
height.
yeah, Bruce wants to know if the name suggestion was for the whole brand or for a certain flavor. And I think we're sort of open to everything, right?
Yeah, open to everything. Please make your suggestions. For the whole brand, I was thinking maybe something that evokes the idea of the moment. So I
Mm-hmm.
even made like I don't know if it's here, but like, I mean, if we have like the on wind like that, and then we have like on wind, and then we put in like, I don't know, moment, for example. Moment won't probably be available, so maybe we can change a character with a number or something. So that way, like the brand can be like on the front, like,
Okay.
so we have like that constant of
It
like,
could be something simple, just like moment tea. And then each one is an unwind moment, an awake moment.
yeah, that's a good one. And moment, moment
Let me make sure there's
tea.
no moment tea that exists yet. Hold up. Yep, there is.
All of the names are taken. So
Moment,
hard.
drink your meditation as seen on Shark Tank.
Shark Tank. Okay, yeah, so that's an option, or we can like do like this more traditional brand
You could do seize the
thing.
moment.
I seize the moment. That's with
Val.
a C, right?
Yeah. Val says that she thinks the icon looks like an Egyptian beetle and would call the brand Scarab. I know it's a bug, but I think it opens up for a very elegant branding.
Yeah, I agree that it looks like a beetle. What was the name again?
Uh, for what she just suggested,
Yeah.
Scarab, Scarab.
Okay. So let's put the naming options right there.
Jose suggests Momen/tin. Momentin.
I like that. Making reference to
I'll write these
the
down to be
material.
safe.
Moment. Momentin. And that's like in Spanish, it's like a tiny moment. When you put like IN at the end of something, it means like small.
Oh, that's cute. So it's like a
Yeah.
little moment.
Yeah.
That's so
So
cute.
back to this.
And then Christine says the logo looks too much like a coffee bean logo. I don't think so, especially when you look up close and once it's with all the branding.
Yeah, well.
And however, if it were a coffee brand, it would be fun to do like bean the moment, like be in the moment, bean the moment.
That's good.
Roseanne says, I still see a fish. This is the branding we're using, guys. It's beautiful and we're sticking with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we would have time to like make a new icon that like takes a couple of days. But what we can do is we can just not use an icon and only do like a typographical branding. That's also possible. Especially if we have
Oh, go ahead.
No, especially if we have like a very like strong type. You don't really need to have like an icon. That's something I say to clients a lot.
Yeah. Christine also says momentito.
Momentito. But with like T inside, right?
Oh, that would be so cute. Like TEATO.
Uh-huh. Let's
Momentito.
try that one.
And then Jose says that icon's really pretty. A beautiful pattern in opacity over the color could be nice. Oh, like if you use the logo as almost as its own pattern, that could be cool.
Yeah. Maybe we could use the logo that way, like if we do like a security seal, for example, like something that closes the can. We can do like like the icon repetition there. What I like about this one is that you can also change the direction. I mean, it can be horizontal or vertical, and it kind of works either way.
Yeah, Jose says, keep the icon.
We're keeping it.
I know, I love it. I think it's so cute.
Yeah. Okay, so lavender. I'm doing a lavender right now. So trying to understand how it's made.
Lavender is interesting because it's like when most people draw it, I feel like it looks like a wheat stalk.
Yeah, I think that maybe like adding these tiny flowers that they're so tiny you can't even see them, but probably.
Yeah.
And also like the petals at the top, as you can see here. Yeah, maybe like two bigger petals on top. I don't know, where did it go? Here.
Fergie says, the icon is really cute. I bet it would look cute with a touch of color, which could help people identify the hummingbird/flower.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea because like when it's all black, you kind of lose sense of what's what, right?
Yeah. Even if you kept it still black and just did varying shades of like gray to differentiate.
Yeah.
because I think you're limited on the amount of colors you can use on the can, and I don't know how the printing on that works, but if they could do like tones, they could probably get away with more.
Yeah, actually, I'm unsure either. I've never made a can packaging. Um, but I think that you can probably have like, like opacity and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
I was like looking at so many like tin cans, and I was like, I see there's like this constant that everyone kind of uses um only four colors. So that's why I got to that um, conclusion. I also read
Yeah.
about it, and I learned that you can print like on like traditional like plate system, or you can also do like um digital printing on cans, but for like big productions, it's like very expensive. And
Oh, okay.
also, I don't know, I was so unsure about it. I think it's better to stick with what
It,
we know.
yeah. It's hard when you can't get that sort of information freely available.
Yeah, I know. If you guys know any place where you can read about that and it's reliable, please share.
Yeah. Chad, if anyone's made a can, let us know. Or a tin, I
Yeah,
guess.
I think I have.
CK says, I'm curious how the sustainability element can be added to the packaging design.
Yeah, I think maybe by using like like nature elements and that kind of stuff, we can do it. Actually, for the other one, for the energy tea, the wake up tea, I figured we could include like sustainable energy things, but for this one, I'm a bit unsure how we can do it.
S. Kanamili wants to know, what are your most used tools in Illustrator?
Mm, I use Pathfinder a lot. I use a lot the pen. I don't really use the brush. I prefer the pen. And I also like to use gradients a lot. And something that uh, I've noticed some many people don't know is that you can do like effects on Illustrator, but it's always better to make them at the end because they make the file very heavy. But you can do
Mm-hmm.
like film grain in illustration, and there are a lot of tools that you can use. But yeah, I think mostly the pen and also like a lot of geometric shapes, like my illustrations. Um, I mean, sometimes I do it with the pen and then I spend like 11 hours trying to make them geometrical. So I think it's better to just start off with geometric shapes. Mhm.
I think maybe in a few minutes we could show the um, icon again, because people are still discussing it and they are trying to
Oh, really?
figure out what it looks like.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Um, and CK says, I see we're trying to promote sustainability in the design itself, but not necessarily on the actual physical packaging. Is that right?
Mm, what do
I
you
don't know.
mean?
I think it's too early to tell. Like, I think what they're saying is like, you're trying to show that it's sustainable through the illustrations versus like saying on the package, like, this is sustainable.
Yeah, I mean, true sustainability doesn't need to like shout it to your face, right? Uh,
Yeah.
we were talking about trying to make things that don't turn into trash afterwards, and because you can't really, um, control if people will recycle it or not. And the goal is just to make less trash. So we're going for a tin packaging because of that. Um, yeah, true sustainability is really difficult because sometimes you hear about materials that are, like biodegradable, but then it turns out that they actually need like industrial processes to be um, that, how do you say it? Degraded?
Decorated?
And no,
Or
like for them to um, dissolve into the earth.
oh, degradable.
Yeah,
Yeah. Degrade. Yeah. You're right.
yeah. So like for example, biodegradable is, I mean, it also requires like industrial processes. So what you are, if you have to make something that um, needs to be thrown away afterwards, I would recommend to search for a compostable material, which is um, the only thing that's like truly you can just throw away and it will like automatically blend into the earth afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not compostable, then it won't. But yeah,
We do val.
we can't
Go
really
ahead.
control what people do with the waste. So let's try not to make waste in the first place, I think.
I know when things are like when things look nice, I'm less likely to toss them.
Yeah, you can always give the thing kind of like a second life, right?
Mm-hmm. So Val would like to know, what does your process of preparation look like? How long does it take you to do the brand research, and where do you go to find reference?
Um, I would say for the brand research, I take up like maybe like 2 days of making research and also like trying to develop the concept. Because one thing is to look to other brands that have like a similar product to yours, and another thing that's completely different is like what are you going to, like show in your packaging. So maybe like 2 days to do all of that, and then I look for inspiration. I think that everywhere. I mean, in the internet, of course, I use Instagram, Behance, Pinterest, all of those. Fonzie News is a great blog. Also, the Die Line and Packaging of the World. I mean, there's many, many blogs, but I think that the most, the inspiration I like the most is the kind of inspiration that just comes from, moments in life or things you like, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, like here I'm thinking about the relaxing concept, but it's just like things that I associate with relaxing is just based on my life, I guess, on my life moment. How
Yeah.
do you turn like your favorite life moments into great design? It's a good question.
Yeah. It's hard to say because so much of it is like a feeling, and translating that feeling into something visual can be very difficult.
Yeah, exactly. But it always works to work around like symbols, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
like all of these things are symbols of relaxation in the end. I mean, not
Mm-hmm.
only for me but for a lot of people, like a bubble bath is like, oh, it's me time. No, so just like try and think about that. Sometimes I go to this icon library called the Noun Project and search for the
Oh yeah.
concept there, you know just to know like what other people are thinking when it comes to that concept, because they're already like, I mean, the abstraction is already made, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And what's that? Stroke.
Val says it would be also cool to call attention to the fact that the packaging can be reused. Maybe it's made out of a material that decomposes but can be kept to keep other things in if taken care of.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe we can put like the packaging like being reused for something in the illustration, or maybe just put it like with type.
Yeah. That's something too that like I could see the brand itself expanding on it versus like showing it on the package. Their like Instagram feed shows the tin being used as a flower pot at some
Hmm.
point.
Yeah, exactly. You can use like your brand communication to, like have that. And what else? Maybe the face with the cucumber, cucumber eyes. Mm,
CK says, speaking of sustainability here in Australia, all packaging are now required to have tags if the material is recyclable or not.
that's so great.
Mm-hmm. They sent a link to see to show what it looks like. So I'm gonna peek at this real quick. Load, come on. It's taken a moment. Oh, interesting. So there's like an actual label, but there's 3 variations of it, one for a box, one for a wrap, and one for a lid.
Oh,
Yeah. That's really cool. Thank you for
yeah,
sharing that,
it's really
CK.
nice when governments make the effort to make the change in the world because I mean you can have like your own efforts and of course they help, but
Mm-hmm.
it's always better when like big institutions and corporations are doing their work as well.
Yeah, agreed.
So right now I'm making the bubble bath. Mm, I'm just trying to make like a universe of relaxation for this illustration. I'm thinking maybe we can also do like a room because this feels like very indoors to me. So maybe we can try and play with the like an indoors perspective, like with a wall or something. Maybe with
Oh
some
yeah.
tiles. Mm, I'm going with the tiles. Let's see how this turns out.
All right.
Yeah, I don't want to like put so much emphasis into the bathroom scene because maybe that's a bit weird for tea. But I really do like incorporating like non-literal elements to the packaging because like there's so many packagings that only have like the ingredients the that the product has. So
Yeah.
after like drawing a ginger for the seventh time, you're like, I don't really want to do gingers anymore.
Yeah.
I want to do something different.
Oh wow. CK says that they always make an effort to wake up at 5 a.m. in Australia just to watch this session of Adobe Live.
Oh my god, thank you so much. So
It
early
always,
there.
I know. They're also in the future. It is tomorrow there.
Yeah, wow. I find it so like mind breaking that like when you take a plane to Japan from Mexico, it's like 14 hours on the plane. But then when you come back to Mexico, it's 12 hours because when you are going to Japan, you're kind of like flying against the rotation of the Earth. So it takes longer.
Oh,
Yeah, that's so weird.
that is very weird.
But it also makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Just like something that you never think about.
Yeah. Time zones are crazy. Like I was in Detroit 2 years ago, and going to Detroit, it's about like an hour and a half to 2 hour flight, depending. So I'm in
Okay.
Chicago and there's an hour difference between there. So like taking off, you end up landing an hour later than what it is in Chicago. But flying back, it's only a 20-minute difference.
Oh, that's so
So
weird.
like we took off at I think like 6:30 a.m. and when we arrived in Chicago it was only 6:50. So it was like I only lost 20 minutes of my day.
That's amazing. I always struggle to wake up early, so when I have like a jet lag that forces me to wake up early, I kind of enjoy it.
Yeah. Back when a lot of Adobe Live prior to everything was would take place in San Francisco, and so we'd end up in San Francisco for 2 days or whatever, and
Hmm.
it when I would fly, I used to live in Florida, so when I'd fly from Florida, it was like a 5 hour flight, and then it's about I think it's a 3 hour time difference, and I'd wake up at like 5 a.m. wide awake in San Francisco. And I was like, this is great. My whole day is ahead of me.
Yeah,
And then I'd get back and my whole schedule would be messed up.
yeah, yeah, but it's good when you have it like to get up early. Not so great when you have it the other way around.
Mm-hmm. I always liked when I was little, we'd fly to Chicago to go see my grandma at Christmas. And I always loved the time change. I don't know why, but I did. Steve says we are 2 hours earlier than Australia and New Zealand, and he's usually up at 2 or 3 a.m. to watch.
Whoa, that's also very intense. But do you sleep like before or do you go to sleep afterward?
That's a good question.
Do you just like take a bunch of naps in the day? How does it work?
I have no idea. Val likes how I say Chicago. Isn't there, CK says, isn't there an Adobe application that's actually made for packaging design? Yes. Adobe Dimension, I think you can mock up packaging.
Yeah, I saw an Adobe Live the other day, and the guy that was making it, I can't really remember his name, but he was using Adobe Dimension.
It's
And
such a
I,
cool program.
yeah, it looks very easy also. And I'm very intimidated by 3D modeling, but
Mm-hmm.
that one seemed like maybe I could learn.
My friend Alex did a 36 days of type challenge in Dimension, and he made the whole alphabet. He hit a point where he was like, I'm really tired of this, but he did do it.
Yeah, those challenges are kind of tiring, but they're also great to make. I've tried to make like the Inktober, like for 3 Octobers, and I
Yeah.
haven't been able
I succeeded at one Inktober. I should do one. And even then, like I hit a point where there was one night I had to do 5 of them because I got behind.
to.
But all the other ones since, like I've tried and I make it to like day 5 and then I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah, but it really works if you want to like get loose and
Mm-hmm.
with drawing, because it's all about the looseness in your hand. And the only way to like have it is by drawing a lot.
Yeah. Like one of my friends just did. Have you heard of Plain April?
No, what's that?
It's so the whole month of April you do these plein air drawings and you just do one a
Mm-hmm.
day. And so he did, how many days are in April? 30, 31? I don't remember. He did at least 30 uh, scenery drawings for Plain April, and he did one a day, and it was actually really fun to watch, like because he was already really good, and then he improved more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can really see your improvements when you do it. So maybe we should try again this
Yeah,
next thing Inktober to
I
be
did
better.
consider. I considered doing like mermaid, and then I was like, I don't have time right now to do mermaid.
Yeah, yeah, you have to have time. But then you kind of then realize that you spent like 2 hours a day like scrolling in social media or something. It's
This is
like,
true.
yeah, like I mean, I've had like Mac computers my whole life, but I had Android phones before, and I just
Hmm.
switched into having an iPhone, and I'm like really impressed about the screen time, and I have blocked some of the screen time for me because I'm like a child and I need to limit
Yeah.
myself that way because otherwise I really don't control myself. I mean, you kind of don't realize.
Yeah. I ended up I scroll TikTok too much.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, but
very
it's just
easy
like
to
infinite, right?
Yeah, it's very easy to go down that rabbit hole.
Very, very easy. I agree. Um, I just opened TikTok and I like it. I'm trying to keep up to date with the useful people in the world.
Yeah. My best friend went viral on there and she's got like I think 1.1 million followers now.
Whoa, that's so much.
She lives on her house backs up to a golf course. So she just started taking videos of like collecting golf balls at the end of the day that golfers would leave behind or that landed in her
Uh-huh.
yard. And then she has a vase that she keeps them in.
Mm-hmm.
And just one day, one of the videos just took off and she was like, Sean, I don't know what's happening. She was like sending me screenshots. And every time she opened the app, she had like 20,000 more followers.
Wow.
Um, it's a lot of like 12 and 13-year-olds um,
Mm-hmm.
that ask for her to, say hi to her. But
Yeah.
it's a lot of followers. So she's actually had a lot of fun because she's created like different contraptions to like drop the ball. So it goes down like this like ping pong type thing
Mm-hmm.
into the vase, and she's had some fun.
And can she do a living from that, or is just like,
No, it's not sustainable because I keep hearing that like once you get admitted to the creators fund, your the statistics, the view count and stuff tends to drop.
mm-hmm.
So then you get less views, which means less money, and but
Okay.
you can get like sponsorships, I guess.
Yeah, I made a TikTok of how to do a lettering if you want to look for it.
Oh
Audience.
yeah.
Yeah, it's for a logo I made for a client, and I just I thought it would be nice to share the process, so I made a TikTok. But it's the only TikTok I have.
Yeah.
I
I
haven't been
tried
very consistent.
I tried to be consistent with TikTok, but I'm just like, I don't have the energy to take this on.
Yeah, it's so much effort. I mean, all of social media is so much effort.
Oh, this is
So
such a cute little daisy.
yeah, it's chamomile actually. I'm
Oh,
trying
is it
to.
chamomile?
Yeah, does it look like a daisy maybe? Well,
I
we
don't
can
know
address
my
it.
I don't know my herbs, so I just assumed it was a daisy.
Yeah, I actually that's why I made it like from the side because I mean in this picture you can't really see. I think it was on this one, which is not linked. Sorry, but like chamomile has like this very bumpy center that you can see from
Mm-hmm.
the side. So I'm trying to make that. Also, we can't really use yellow, so but maybe we can use the like routine natural color for that, like this. I don't know.
Yeah. CK says, quote of the day, all of social media is so much effort. It is.
It is. Yeah, but right now with the pandemic going on and everything, it's kind of like the only way to be like in contact with the outside world, right?
Yeah. I do know, like early on, I don't know about you, but I definitely had Zoom fatigue from all of the online conferences and Zoom calls that people were doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of calls, to be honest. Like with my team, I always try to keep the calls to the minimum because like at some point I was like, yeah, let's schedule like bi-weekly calls. And then like on the fourth week we were like, actually I don't really have anything to say to you right now, you know? So like it's always better to just have like quick calls when they are like actually needed.
Yeah.
Because I think that's like most of the fatigue comes from, like the sensation that it could have been avoidable.
Yeah. Or it could have been an email.
Yeah, it could have been an email. I even like some enjoy like phone calls, like traditional phone calls better sometimes.
Christine says this looks like a bit like a coneflower, which produces echinacea. Do they use that in tea? I think so. I'm like 90% sure that echinacea is in tea. And it is. Now I'm 100% sure it's on my screen.
Yay. Okay, so maybe this is like one version of the chamomile and we can do another one. So it's clear that chamomile, but there's so many white flowers in earth. But I mean, if the flavor is relaxing and it says chamomile in the ingredients, maybe you can.
Yeah, that does actually look like a coneflower. So the coneflower has like a golden or red center.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It's like gold and then it turned red. And then the leaves are that pink color.
Oh, yeah, but the thing here is that we're trying not to be so literal about things. So
Yeah.
if you think about it, it's like, is there a book in my tea? You know, is
Yeah.
there a bubble bath in my tea? Um, so let's just like let ourselves loose and free regarding of the,
Mm-hmm.
correctness of the illustrations. Hmm. If you guys think about anything else that we can include in the relaxing world, please let us know. I would love to hear. Don't really like that.
What? I'm trying to think like what would be relaxing? Because like you have the bubble bath, you have lavender, you've got tea lights, an eye mask.
Ah, yeah, that's actually a great idea. And let's draw that.
Now, are you drawing with a tablet or a mouse?
Tablet. And
Okay.
Wacom tablet. Yeah, I don't really like mouse.
We had that discussion at one point where people are like, what? Does anyone still like use a mouse to draw things? And there are people that still like to be in pain and use mice to draw.
Yeah, not me though. Actually,
Mm-mm.
when I worked at Futura, I had a mouse at the beginning, and I started having like wrist problems,
Oh
you know?
no.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I need to stop using this. But that was like a long time ago. Please don't think that was like 2016 or something.
Yeah. My first jump into digital painting, what was it? Like 2002, I think. We had to use the mouse because that's all that was available. But there was a commercial
Mm-hmm.
for Campbell's soup, and it was called Campbell's Soup at Hand. And the commercial had this woman drinking her soup and
Mm-hmm.
drawing with a Wacom tablet and drawing this beautiful drawing in this commercial. And I was like, I looked at my mom and I was like, I want that. And actually, and eventually, like because we had to figure out what it was, and the internet was not as big back in the day. But I eventually did get a small like Intuos tablet, and I had the one I had for like 10 years before I upgraded to like a nicer one.
Yeah,
And then I started bringing it to work because I was doing photo editing, and trying to do photo editing with a mouse is just painful.
yeah, kind of everything, right?
Yeah. And then now I have a Cintiq that I work on.
I was considering buying the Cintiq, but I don't mind to have the view on the screen.
Yeah. I like it, but again, I illustrate. So it works really well for me as a constant because I don't do vector drawing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I started with the small, like 13-inch, and it actually really hurt my neck and shoulders to use that one because you end up looking down
Mhm.
constantly. Um, so the one I have now is the 24-inch, which is just a little bit too big. Um, but it's better for my neck and shoulders because I can't stare down, and so I don't end up with that pressure at the base of my neck.
Yeah, I recently bought an iPad and I haven't gotten used to using Illustrator there. I kind
Oh
of
yeah.
yeah, I'm old school. I would rather use the desktop version, but I think it's great that you have the option to have it there. So which one
Yeah.
do you think looks more like an eye mask? Probably this one, no?
I think the bottom one looks more, but I most eye masks I've seen don't like tie. They just elastic
Yeah,
around.
yeah, that's why I made this one first, but kind of looks
Yeah.
weird, right?
Would it make sense to have the little ends come on the sides?
Maybe. Let's try one. Yeah, actually, I use for me like being able to move is very important. So I have a laptop, but like working on the laptop and on the trackpad is also very hard. So I have like
Mhm.
another keyboard and a base. So
Oh
the
yeah.
laptop is like up because also like if you like
Yeah.
use a laptop constantly, you also have like neck problems afterwards.
Yeah. I have a little like a riser for my monitor so I can have it sitting like directly in front of me so there's no up or down for my neck and
Mm-hmm.
it stays
So
nice and
important,
neutral.
so
It
important to
is.
work comfortably, right?
It
So I think
really
I'm
is.
going with this one, right? Because
Okay.
this one also looks weird, no?
Yeah, it kind of looks like goggles.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so
So
maybe,
we'll run with this one. I like it.
yeah, let's go with this
My dog flipped on his back and he is fast asleep.
one. How old is he?
He is 9. I adopted him when he was about a year and a half old. So I've had him for all 8 years of my freelance career.
Oh, that's why he likes sitting in your chair.
He's a good buddy. He's a good buddy. Um,
It's so nice that you adopted.
yeah, I that's what I wanted. When I first went freelance, I was like, I want a rescue dog. And
Mm-hmm.
the rescue I went through, you had to fill out an application and they paired you with like dogs that would match your lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And they called me and they're like, so we have 9 different dogs that match you. And I was like, I can't adopt 9. So they sat on the phone and we narrowed it down to like there was a 5-year-old Yorkie and then there was him. And he didn't have a lot of hair then. He was like a mess.
Mm-hmm.
And so but I was like, something about him. I want to meet him. And when I met him, like 2 days later, I was holding him, and like my mom had said, like, I'll pay for your first dog. So she came with me because she was going to pay the adoption fee.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm holding him, and he's skinny. His skin was flaky. He was a mess. And she's like, you don't have to say yes to this one. And I was like, but I want him.
Oh.
There was no question that I wasn't leaving with that dog. So and now he's chilling on my bed on his back.
Oh, it's so nice of you.
He's
Yeah, but
he's
it's
a
hard when you adopt that you see that there's so many of them that
I
you
know.
spouses. Like one of my dogs, I mean, w- like mine, I only have one, but I have rescued another one that lives with
Mm-hmm.
my mom. And
Oh.
yeah, like I got her from the like dog pound, and it was
Okay.
like super harsh to go there and see
Yeah.
all of the dogs. I was like, ugh, I wish I could take them all, but I can't.
I know. Yeah. One of my childhood dogs was a Humane Society dog. And I remember we walked in and she was the first cage on the left, and she was the only one not barking. She was just sitting there with her nose through the bars and her
Hmm.
paws sitting through the bars. And we're just like, her. We want to meet her. And there were like 4 people ahead of us, and somehow none of those 4 people decided to take her, and she became our baby.
Oh, well, they missed out. a
They
new
did.
one.
She was a good dog. Okay, there's questions in the chat. People are talking about iPad versus Wacom too. Sidecar. Voodoo Val says, what are Mariela's go-to tools in Illustrator that she simply cannot live without? I think I would say, like, if you had to pick one tool, if you could only have one tool to work with, what would it be?
Oh my god. I think it would be the pen, but
Yeah.
it wouldn't be
You
a
still
tool.
you get to keep the mouse, like you get to keep the selection tool, but
Okay, like yeah, of course the pen. You can't do anything without the pen. I mean, to make this question fair, maybe we have to select two tools because like just one is kind of
yeah.
useless, right? You would have to choose the pen. Like there's no
Yeah.
other choice. Um, I think I would choose the pen and
Mhm.
yeah, the Pathfinder.
Okay.
Which one would you choose, Shauna?
I would that's a tough one. Okay, I gotta think about this because it would either be the pen tool or the text tool.
Oh yeah, the text tool. How did I miss that?
Yeah.
So focused on drawing.
Yeah. Pen tool or type tool, and I'm not sure which.
Mm.
That's a oh. Okay, so you get the selection one is like a freebie. You get that, doesn't count towards it. So if we had to pick two.
Um, yeah. Also, the align tool is so useful.
Yeah, I would say like I think all those like would still count. So it'd just be like like the selection of tools.
Like this one. This one.
Yeah, like the left bar
Yeah.
tools.
Mm,
Like which one, like if you could only pick two of them and the mouse or the selection is free, what
mm-hmm.
would your other two be?
I think I also use a lot the eyedropper.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, you can also use swatches, so maybe I could live. I mean, also
Yeah.
with shapes.
Oh
So
yeah.
hard.
That is hard.
Yeah.
CK says that they think the pen tool is probably the most popular tool. I
Yeah.
agree. And
You kind of
Claudia,
need it for everything.
yeah. Um, Claudia says they use the zoom and pan tool mostly. Oh, this is so cute.
Yeah, it's kind of taking shape now. The relaxing world. So these are supposed to be like vanilla sticks. I don't know if they seem like it or not, but
What are they supposed to be?
like vanilla beans. Sorry, like this.
Oh, vanilla beans?
Yeah.
Okay. Vanilla beans are
And
hard to draw.
yeah, they're kind of abstract. But it's also
Are.
nice to have like things that don't really make much sense. Oh
Yeah.
no, it was this one.
Val
No.
says I would choose the shape builder because I can't use the pen tool or because I can use the pen tool in Photoshop.
Um, like this, the shape builder.
Yeah, I think that's the shape builder. Is it bad that I don't know that? Because that's like a newer feature, I think, isn't it?
This one?
I
No,
don't know.
this
I
one.
know that's been there for a while, but I think there's
Yeah.
like specifically something called the shape builder.
Ah, okay. Maybe it's something we don't know about.
Shape builder tool. Let's see. What is the shape builder? Create complex objects by merging and erasing simpler objects. How does it work? Let's see. Oh, okay. No, so it's like an actual so it's a tool separate from those.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It has the icon on it. I'm gonna like see if I can see if it's on your. It may have been in your shape menu, but it's got a circle, a little circle, and a pointer on it.
A little circle and a pointer.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
not there. Nope, that's not. Huh.
Here. I have never used any of these.
Yeah, I've never used the shape builder, so I'm not sure exactly where it would be in there, but it exists.
That's the important thing to know, right?
And Christine Jones says the shape builder tool isn't new. Okay. Jose says, which tool is the one tool that you could get rid of?
I have never ever used the color guide like these. I've never used it. Like, I don't even understand where these colors come from. Do you?
I think it's like the hues from like the lightest to the darkest, but I've really never used it either.
I mean, yes, but like, why these? You know, like, where does this green come from? I don't understand.
Oh, yeah,
that's like these I've never used. Maybe we can just like put this on the illustration. No, I'm joking.
Random flower.
Yeah, I've never used these either.
And then someone says, I think they actually improved the shape builder in the last release. I think I saw them demo it in one of the Adobe Max sessions. I think that's why it sounds like it's newer, is because I think they improved it. So I think I remember seeing that in one of the keynotes.
Okay. So right now I'm doing another wall with more tiles, and I think I'm just gonna redo it because the perspective seems kind of wrong. Like, these tiles should be smaller, I think, because the wall is like far away. So I'm just gonna remake that. And I will have to jump quickly onto the other flavor because I can't believe an hour and a half has gone by.
I know. We only have about 20 minutes before we have to start winding things down for the day.
Yeah.
Well, for this session, there's still stuff staying, there are still 2 shows to go today.
Yeah.
Plus a ton of content when we're not online, because you can stick around and watch other people stream.
Yeah. So many streams.
It's actually incredible. They launched the live streaming on Behance last summer, and it's really kind of fun. Like, years ago, it used to be Adobe on Twitch, and then they moved everything to the Behance side. So it's been really cool to see the transition of things. But now it's really fun because anytime you click the live button on Behance, there's something playing. So there's just like 24-hour content.
That's so great. And I also think it's useful content, right?
Yeah.
You kind of learn new techniques and like.
And even if someone's just, and even if someone is just like drawing, you may see them do something that you never would have thought to do. So S. Kanamile wants to know, how do you save your final artwork to send to your clients?
Okay, it depends on how it will be printed, but you have to turn everything into like outline. Like, I wouldn't leave the stroke like this one that has like, it's a stroke, like a 5-point stroke. I wouldn't leave it like that. I would like turn it into outline. And I also have to put like a bleed, like for example here. Um, I mean like each of these is a side, but then you do the artboard like, let me do another. You do the artboard to the side of, like here are the four sides together, obviously. And then it's very important also to have a bleed, and you can do that here in file, in setup, in here in bleed, uh, like usually 0.3 centimeters is okay. And so you see like this red line appears like around the artboard. So your artwork has to be like all the way through there. And because when you're printing, you kind of want to have like this extra print area in case like the machine like doesn't cut the paper like in the exact place it needs to be cut. It doesn't appear
Mm-hmm.
like a white line. Or sometimes that also happens like with digital, like when you do like an export for digital purposes and you don't use bleed, then you realize that you have like a teeny tiny stripe of white like in a side, and it's so annoying. So it's always better to use bleeds because of that. And for print, you also have to do like the trim marks, and you have to set um your colors to C the CMYK. Or if it's like like these that will be printed like hypothetically speaking, it will be printed like each color is like a direct ink onto the material. Like each color has to be like put separately in different files, and you don't
Mm-hmm.
put like the color, you just use black, and then you put like a
Oh,
a Pantone value on the side. So yeah,
interesting.
yeah, like exporting for print is like,
A lot of work.
yeah, it's like a world by itself.
I think a lot of agencies will often have someone that is just like pre-press and production.
Yeah, absolutely. um I don't really do a lot of pre-press, um, because usually as I work with like startups and like clients that are beginning their businesses, they usually go with digital printing, and you don't need to like divide by color or anything when it's digital.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're doing like something that has like bigger, you need like to print more, or you can print more, because it's always better to print more because it's cheaper per unit, but obviously the total amount is bigger. So, but yeah. Okay, so I will like see how it looks like with the design. How are we doing with the name ideas? Should we
Yeah,
like
did I really liked that was what was it? Was Medititi?
we have Momentin, see the moment, Carab, name of actual
And
brand.
name of actual brand. Oh, Momentito. That was it.
Momentito, yeah, tiny moment.
Okay, should we like do we want to do another poll?
Yeah, we can do another poll, or maybe we can do that tomorrow. What do you think?
We could do that. We got Momentito, Scarab. What was the other one? Momentia.
Momenti, momentin, momentito.
Okay. So we had I think there were three, right? We're gonna go with that where there were three. Voodoo Pal says, just reminded our chat, we've got about 15 minutes left. So if you do have any questions, now's the time to toss them in. Otherwise, we'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. Stony wants to know how you show the outlines when you were doing the.
Like this?
Yeah.
It's Command Y.
Command Y.
Yeah, that's super useful, like to see objects that you have on the back.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is so cool. It's so fun how the type really suddenly brings it all together.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Okay, so I just mirrored the
I love
illustration
it.
because we're
It
running out of
works.
time. But yeah, it kind of works, right? Also, like
Yeah.
consider the front area is only this part.
Mm-hmm.
So like when you see at the whole thing, it will look something like that. But if you only look at it from the front,
Yeah.
it will probably look like this.
Oh, Val made a poll. We're gonna
And we also
see.
have to think about the lid, right? Because we haven't put so much thought about that. So we
Oh,
have to
right.
consider like somewhere in this area, we will have a lid.
That's right.
And
So that'll cut off some of the illustration.
yeah, yeah, we can fix that. But it's also nice to like think about that. I mean, it could be white, or maybe the illustration could continue in the lid, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
the lid is like here, like this area.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that makes sense. And
The chat is loving your design.
oh, that's great. I'm liking it too. And okay, for the second flavor, I had gladly made some illustrations before, but I don't really have them in the format. So let's just do that real quickly,
Okay.
and hopefully we'll finish it. And if not, we can finish it tomorrow.
Right now
Yeah,
it looks like Momentito's winning.
yeah. I think it's my favorite as well.
Yeah. It's a fun little play on words for
Yeah,
sure.
and English and Spanish. I love it. Best of both worlds. Okay, so that's the unwind one, and here we will be making. Mm,
This you could
mm,
actually use I mean for energy, isn't it energia?
yeah, energía.
Especially because we're pulling in the Spanish and English into Momentito, the playoff.
But it kind of reads weird with
Energia.
ener
Sorry.
energy.
Oh, I kind of like that. Energy. I love puns.
Actually, like naming and like copywriting is a part of the job I don't really enjoy. I think I'm so bad at it.
I have
But
friends that really love puns, and so we try to like in our messages to each other, we try to like out pun each other.
um, okay, so what's this? Oh my god, I have a disaster there. Just gonna put it far away. I'm gonna put it far away. Yeah, the command Y tool that shows you all of the disasters that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like everything's good on the surface, but then you just do the command Y and so bad.
Like, don't look behind the curtain. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Uriel says they're really good at puns because of dad jokes.
Okay, so I think maybe I will change the background color to
Oh,
dark
that green
green.
is really nice.
Yeah, I also liked it. Green is my favorite color.
Is it?
Yeah, I love green.
Any specific shade, or are you an equal opportunity? All green is great.
Mm, I kind of really like this dark green. I also have like the a khaki green, but only on
Oh
clothing.
yeah.
Like on designs, it kind of looks weird.
Yeah.
Uh,
Khaki
yeah,
green's really good though.
yeah, khaki green is so great. Um, I actually don't like this lime green so much, but in this combination, I do. I mean, it also really
Yeah.
depends on how you are using it, right?
Yeah.
So here I was thinking about like things that are energetic to me. So I was thinking like when you wake up, there's like birds singing, so that's why there's a bird there. And like I was thinking about general outdoors, also like I think it's like a contrast with this one that's like
Mm-hmm.
very inside. Like for me, this is very outside. Um, for the person who was asking, how do you like do sustainability? I made like this, like whirlwind, like
Oh yeah.
to represent
The
sustainable energy.
turbines.
Yeah, turbines. That.
There's a whole field of those when you're driving into Illinois from Indiana.
Really?
There's a like I don't even know how big. It's honestly terrifying, especially if you're driving at night and all you see are the red
Uh-huh.
lights. And then as you get closer, you can see them like kind of light up, and it's just these giant wind turbines, and it's rows of them.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's terrifying. I don't like I don't like wind turbines. They freak me out.
No, I don't think I have seen like wind turbine like in real life. I've only seen them
Yeah,
like in
they're
movies.
huge.
Yeah, they need to be really high, right?
Yeah, it's like it's really really cool and really impressive that they work and that it does what it does, but at the same time seeing rows and rows and rows of like easily several hundred turbines is terrifying.
Yeah, yeah, I see what you mean. Kind of feels like apocalyptic even a bit.
Mm-hmm. Voodoo Val says at night they look like UFOs, like aliens are attacking. They kind of do. I've driven past them I think twice since living here, and it's just it weirds me out every time. During the day it's not bad because you can see them, but at night it's like all the lights blink at the same time too.
Yeah, maybe it's also like because it kind of feels unknown, right?
Yeah, like they're in these beautiful fields, and it's not, it's like something just feels out of place. So we're coming down to about 5 minutes left.
Yeah. So should I just like pause and like give
Oh no,
like
you're
a.
good. 5 minutes before we have to wind down, so that
Oh,
we
okay.
technically still have like 7 minutes. um
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, I will put like turbo mode to do this. Yeah, gladly I
Oh,
made
that's so
this
fun.
before.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I love it. It's a little landscape.
Yeah, it's a little landscape. And so this tea also has like hints of, citric, so that's why there's a lemon and
Mm-hmm.
like a bowl to represent outdoors and fun. Oh,
I love that. That's so fun. I
yeah,
would buy this tea.
yeah, oh, I'm glad. And when I'm making illustrations, I always try to have like especially when you have like a limited color palette like we have now, it's good to have like different backgrounds of color so that I don't know, like for example, if all of the background was this green and then you want to have like this palm tree and like that, it kind of loses like so much contrast, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's fun to have like different backgrounds so you can also play around with the colors on the object, right?
Yeah. And it's interesting too, because you never think about putting orange with green like this, but it works.
Yeah, it's actually um a color combination. I think it's called. I don't remember how it's called, but it
Oh,
has a name. In the
uh,
Pacific Circle.
Yeah, it's not complementary. It's like the
Uh-huh.
contrasting. I know which one. I know what you're talking about. I can't think of it either.
Yeah, because it's not like the complete opposite, but it's also not the one that is like right besides it. So it's like the
Mm-hmm.
one afterwards. So you kind of skip a color and then you have
Ter-
like, yeah.
tertiary,
Yeah, I'm thinking that I was thinking that as well, but
analogous.
I think tertiary has three colors, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, actually, like this color palette is kind of the same. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's blue and then it's purple and then you have pink. So it's like the same contrast, type of contrast. Actually, I wanted to have like yellow and here I wanted to have a light blue, but because of doing the package sustainable, I had to let go. It's fine though.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Riley says analogous.
for what?
For the colors. He says he thinks it's
Ah,
possibly analogous.
yeah. I went to school so long ago, I kind of forgot all of those terms. But I think the important thing is to remember the concept, not so much the names. But thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for telling us.
I I never had a color theory class in college.
No?
No, I never had a color theory class in any of my art classes. So when I got to college, I remember having a professor that was like, "Why do you have so many different color combinations? What happened?" I'm like, "I never learned color theory. I think in black and white." And he's like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, yeah. I had for a year color classes in my school.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm envious.
Actually, it was my favorite class. It was just like go and paint, like make color combination. It was so soothing.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I'm definitely envious.
Yeah.
When I learned to draw, I drew in graphite. So it was always like I always had to think in black and white. So I
Mhm.
never caught on to color when I was doing that sort of thing. And it's gotten easier years and years of doing it, but it's still very hard to do color theory.
Yeah, color is very hard. Like I struggle with color also. There's some people that are just like naturally good at it, but it's not the
Mm-hmm.
case with me.
Yeah, same here. So we're just about to wind down. Is there anything you want to say before I start to close things out?
Mm, no, I think I'm fine. Do you want me to explain anything or?
Do you want to say like talk about what you're going to be doing tomorrow?
Oh, yeah, sure. So tomorrow I'm gonna finish these packagings. There's, I think we're like 70% of the illustration and the general composition, and I will be doing like some other brand assets um, uh, that have to do like with how people buy this product, which is e-commerce. So I will be making, the general look and feel for the Instagram grid, and if we have time, maybe like the box packaging where it comes, which is also like another checkpoint for being sustainable. And I will do the mock-ups of the back of these um, graphics into the actual tin can and show how I would present that to like a real client.
Very cool. I'm so excited to see this, and I'm sure everyone else is as well. You're getting a lot of hype in the chat right now. People are very excited and they were very much enjoying your stream. But
Oh, I'm glad to hear.
yeah, and now they're talking about wishing they had alien themed sessions. So there's also that happening in chat. Yeah, there's the talk of the wind turbines turned into aliens and
Yeah.
UFOs. So we have that going on as well.
Oh, maybe we can include a UFO in one of the illustrations. That would be fun.
Maybe we should. That would be kind of fun. Let's
Yeah.
let's table that and remember that tomorrow. Chat, remind us.
Yeah, let's
Um,
do here.
yeah, well, it looks like it's time for us to wrap up. Mariela, it's it's been an absolute blast having you here today, and it's been a joy watching your creative process. We will be back tomorrow at noon Pacific, so tune in to watch Mariela take her designs into Photoshop for mockups and put the final touches on the project. And make sure that you stay tuned. We've got the draw along with Kyle Webster coming up at 2:30 Pacific, followed by Doodle Therapy with Alice Lee at 3 p.m. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and spending this time with us. It was a lot of fun, and I hope you all had a great time.
Yeah, thank you so much. I had a great time, and thank you, Shauna, for having me.
Of course, it was wonderful. It's
Yeah.
really fun watching your process.
Oh,
Yay.
well, thank you.
A round of applause. All right,
Yeah.
guys, have a great day. We will see you tomorrow.
Okay,
Bye.
see you tomorrow.